just wondering how.
All right, let's go. Single 40 podcast. Today we have the guest I've been waiting for a long ass time. We have the Pimp in Paradise, Geofrey Peterson.
At your service. Thank you for having me today, guys.
Bro, no, the pleasure is all ours, man. Like, we're so fired up. So we started watching you a few years back. And Glenn came across one of your, I think it was a pool party video. It wasn't the official music video for Pimp in Paradise, but you were singing it. And it was a pool party somewhere. I don't know exactly where it was at. And
somewhere, yeah.
And Glenn sent it to me, and he's like, dude, check this guy out. Like, this is like the shit we want to do, like the shit we like to do. And ever since then, obviously, we were subscribers and fans. So
yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Well, there's been many variations of the Pimp in Paradise video. So you're either talking about the wet T-shirt contest one, the girls were in white or, looking scandally dressed.
Yeah.
Or the one where it was an actual, like, pool party. And I'm wearing the green shirt.
I think it was more of the wet.
Yeah, the wet.
That's the one.
I want to say I saw it, and then you might have like had to redo it or something.
Yeah. We had to blur it.
Yeah, I think that's what ended up happening.
Yeah. But that's the one. That's the one that's got the wow factor.
Okay.
That's the one that everybody knows.
For sure.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
And then the official one, like, it's shot literally. We're, by the way, at the Pattaya Hilton Hotel and in Central Pattaya. And your official video for that was literally shot downstairs.
Shot right downstairs. Yeah.
Awesome.
All in this area right here. Yeah, which was dope. Mike Mosley, who produced the Tupac Me Against the World album, came out, helped me shoot that one.
Oh, that's a big name.
It was dope. Yeah.
That's cool as hell. So let's take it back to square one. Like, obviously, we were talking before. We're both from Northern California, so born and raised, and then let's just go from there.
Born and raised. Okay. So we want to go before travel.
Yeah.
Travel.
Like how it all started for the Pimp in Paradise.
Well, let me fast forward to like what brought me to traveling. So I'm originally from Northern California. That's correct. I was in LA going to school. I ended up getting a scholarship to study Chinese. I went to Taiwan. So that kind of introduced me to Asia.
Okay.
Went back, spent 9 months in Taiwan, went back to LA. This was kind of like when they were kind of starting to pin everybody against each other. LA was dirty. There was a Little Caesars in my neighborhood. There was pizza boxes everywhere in the street. And I was like, this is fucked up. Like, how can this be America? When I just got back from Taiwan. Taiwan is clean. Taiwan, you ride the subway, no garbage. There's cool shit like the armrest is a place for you to charge your cell phone. Stuff like this, stuff that I just wasn't seeing.
Cutting edge.
Yeah, just cutting edge shit that wasn't happening in LA, And I was doing extra work in movies. And I had worked on a movie called A Star Is Born with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm in the scene where Bradley Cooper's pointing out her nose.
Okay.
Do you remember this scene?
Yeah.
It's like one of the big scenes. And so Lady Gaga's sitting next to me for the whole time we're filming. We had a cool conversation. Everything's cool. There's security watching. And they say, cut. She jumps in a van and takes off. So I kind of saw in LA, like, for me to network, it's going to be very difficult to advance. Because I was getting a lot of stuff like this where I was close to the scene, but it was like, I could feel there was limits to it.
Well, there's so much gatekeeping in that industry.
There's gatekeeping. Yeah. A lot of nepotism, a lot of gatekeeping.
It's huge.
And it's like, I knew that YouTube, I knew the internet was...
No gatekeeping.
Was definitely
open.
an option. And no location, I didn't have to be in LA to do YouTube. So I had been exposed to Asia. I had been exposed to YouTube. So I was like, let's put them together, get over there.
Fucking A.
Yeah. And then I set up a trip. I traveled to Philippines, Taiwan, Japan, where else? All over Asia. Thailand, of course, okay? So then Thailand to me was just Taiwan on steroids. So I was like, okay, this is the spot. This is where it's at.
So at that point, you were still searching for a place to go.
Yeah. I thought Japan was going to be the place. I thought Japan or Taiwan always has a soft spot in my heart.
That's where you first went.
Even Philippines too, Yeah. Philippines, of course, because English is easy to communicate. Doing hip hop, the Filipinos got hip hop in the blood.
Well, for sure.
Yeah, like out here, the Thais are just listening to shit. They're dancing, but they don't really know what they're dancing to, right? Filipinos are gonna be like, yo, that beat was fire because X, Y, Z. Even the girls, and all the girls can sing and all this stuff. You walk into a 7-Eleven in the Philippines, some girls all singing a hook over in the corner. You're like, let's get her on the track right now.
Well, for sure. No, the Philippines and the U.S. have a very close knit culture together. You know, basketball, hip hop, dance, everything. You know?
And especially coming from the Bay Area, all the DJs when I was growing up on all the hip hop radio stations were all Filipino DJs.
Oh, definitely, tons of Filipinos in California.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you were in Petaluma. We talked about her. That's where you were born and raised.
Yeah. And originally from small town Petaluma. Mm-hmm. And then I went to San Francisco. I was in San Francisco for about 5 years. Then went to LA for about 15 years.
So what brought the interest into learning, Chinese language and?
Well, I was going to school at the time. You needed to study some type of foreign language, and I was interested in film at that time. And the talk around LA was that China was going to take over the film industry. So I thought that would be a good networking opportunity. Yeah.
Well, they're just taking over the world, right?
Taking over the world. Yeah, they already have taken over a lot of stuff.
So do you speak Mandarin?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool as hell.
Yeah.
That's got to be valuable over here.
Yeah, it's amazing how much I can remember, too. Because this is almost going on 10 years ago at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to school in L.A.?
LACC.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you went to Taiwan, and then you decided you came back to Asia, my bad, looking to start YouTube and get into content creation?
Came back to Asia. Yeah. I was going to film school in LA. I had discovered Anthony Bourdain and kind of his show and his format. And I was like, if I marry his show with a hip hop element, that would be it. That would be something I would want to watch.
Yeah, no, likewise.
I don't necessarily want to watch somebody eating food and just visiting restaurants and stuff like that, but travel married with like a little music element, that's tight. And then of course with a little bit of party too. Do you remember back in the days the E Channel?
Oh yeah.
There was a show called Wild On.
Oh, yeah.
Wild On inspired me a lot. I always was like, yo, I gotta get to Rio. I gotta get to these. They had a Ibiza episode, stuff like this. I was like, this is the show to emulate.
That girl's name was that host.
Brooke Burke. Yeah, there was her, and then right after that, there was Insomniac.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the catchphrase from that show? Because we talked about using it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one with Brooke Burke on E.
I know.
I think they'd say a few different ones.
Like she would always say something like right before they show.
Yeah. We were gonna implement that on our channel. But I remember E True Hollywood Story as being an awesome TV show back in the day. I mean, the E Channel was badass.
Yeah, that was tight. I just remember their little that was their little intro thing they used.
We're all kids of the '80s and '90s, right? The three of us.
Yeah, man.
Totally.
Yeah. But that Wild On, I always, whenever I like need inspiration for my channel, I just think like do some Wild On type shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. So hip hop was always near and dear to your heart then.
Yeah, man. Of course.
So at what point did you actually start, writing and performing? And is that something you did from a kid or you started?
Yeah, my whole life.
Okay.
My whole life. Yeah. My entire life. I think when I saw Snoop say 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre's at the door. I'm like, he's getting paid for rhyming 1, 2, 3, 4 with dough. I can do that, no problem, And of course, that video again, partying, having a good time. They were playing volleyball. Warren G pulls the girls, top off. It's like, oh shit, they're at the barbecue.
Oh yeah.
It's like, okay, fun, and you make money. This just like made perfect sense to me. I'm like, scratch what everybody else is talking about, Yeah, I'm like, let's do this. Let's figure this out.
Well, that whole Chronic album and that whole Death Row movement, when we were, young teenagers, that was it, right?
It was it, yeah.
I remember racing home back in the day from summer school to watch, they used to have, the top 5 videos on.
Yep.
And I'd go with my buddy to his house and we'd watch, I remember when Regulators came out, that was
Regulators.
that song, that video was cool as hell.
Bone Thugs, that whole era.
Yeah, definitely.
Man. Yeah, man. Love hip hop. Hip hop is kind of the universal language that just bridges everybody together.
Yeah, definitely for our generation, for sure.
For sure. Yeah, music in general.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So the Pimp in Paradise, take me through that song and the inspiration behind that.
I was in Bangkok. I had just gotten out here. I didn't even know about Pattaya, bro. I was in Bangkok through the whole shutdown stuff. Then a buddy said, yo, let's get down to Pattaya. Let's go check it out. We went to Jomtien. Jomtien reminded me of Newport Beach, San Diego, or something like that. So I was like, yo, this is this is tight. Let me get down here. So I ended up getting a place in Jomtien, and I went to breakfast one morning at this place called Marine Beach Hotel. I'm sitting at an outdoor pool with fountains, with the water fountains spitting water and stuff, and I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. And then just like that melody just came to me. And the first lines and then Pimp in Paradise last part was just like, yo, that's the that's the catchphrase, that's the P's, you know.
Oh,
the
at some
Pimp
point,
in Paradise.
I was gonna say we got to get you to freestyle at some point.
Okay, we can do it. We can do it.
No, that song is badass, man. And the video is super cool too. So you're literally sitting there, and it just and you're just like,
I had that one like came in my head, went back, put the beat together relatively quickly, less than an hour. Did the vocals, less than an hour. Didn't write it down. I did it like kind of punch style, bar by bar, you know, 2-4 bars at a time, something like that. Went through, finished it, done.
That's. I'm not.
When inspiration comes, it's like it just feels good. You don't have to wait.
That's kind of what I was about to say. Like, I'm not a musician by any means, but I love music like anybody, and it seems like people that make great songs, that they always seem to be like, you know, not effortless, but it just like comes to them, right? I've heard this story numerous times from watching different things on TV.
You hear a lot of producers, and I can tell you, like, when inspiration comes, use it.
It's real.
It doesn't come every day. Yeah.
No, definitely. That's a cool story. So with your YouTube, like, where did it start? Like, what was the first things you were making?
Oh, man.
Because most people like pivot and change over time, you know.
Okay, so check this out. I don't think I've told this before. Maybe I have. I don't know. I had a different channel. Okay. And I was trying to do kind of the Anthony Bourdain, traveling, showing the culture stuff, showing the temples, showing the local things, showing the food and stuff like that. Wasn't doing anything. Then I'd come across some other videos of some people showing like more, like, to me it was kind of silly. So like some of the stuff that I was doing in the beginning, I said, let me start another channel and I'm going to kind of troll a little bit. Like one of my first videos that went viral was me getting a foot massage. And I did the video because I saw someone else do a video like that. And the guy was getting like 400,000, 500,000 views a video. So I was like, let me try this shit as a joke and see what happens. And I like logged into my analytics one day. I wasn't even paying that close attention to it. And it had like 250,000 views. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, this channel's monetized. I'm like, let's go.
Wow.
So that happened. And then the Pimp in Paradise videos, there was like the two that came back to back. What else? There was another one, a couple of the hotel videos with the girls. All of those ones came all pretty much like around the same time and just blew everything up.
So that channel's the one you have the 80,000 on now?
Yeah.
Because you said you started the travel one and then
the other one's called Passport Full.
Okay.
I think it has like 800 subscribers or something like that.
Wow.
It's just sitting there. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So just that pivot just changed everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So the lesson learned from that is like, and this is true with everything. It's true with Pimp in Paradise. I got another song called Whatever. You guys would love that one. It's got the Bay Area kind of Mac Dre-ish vibe.
Is that the one where you're in the lowrider?
No. That one's at like a house party.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's at a house party. You would remember that one because I'm wearing like underwear, like I don't have pants on. Yeah, you definitely remember that one. Yeah. It's like the Project X frat party type thing, Mac Dre Bay Area vibe type. But the point is like not taking anything serious, and that's how you sell it, right? It's like if you're square, if you're tight with stuff, people can sense that. But if you walk around like you don't give a fuck, you know, the guy who gives less fucks always wins, right? The guy who cares less always wins, right? Nice. They say that in relationships, right? The person who's less invested in the relationship is the one that controls the relationship.
The one with the power.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is kind of the approach, you know? And it's fun. It's like not to be taken seriously. This isn't to be taken seriously either. Just have fun with everything. You know?
Well, that's like authenticity, right? Like you're just being authentic.
Sure.
And every vlogger we've talked to that has success, like they have a similar way of putting it, you know, like what you just said in their own words, but it's always like just be authentic and have fun and you know, you can't lose, right?
Yep. And don't take it too seriously, you know?
Yeah.
You know, when you upload, you look at the analytics and stuff like that, it'll drive you nuts if you dwell on every view that comes in and stuff like that. The best thing is to upload move on to the next video. Upload, move on to the next video.
Just keep creating.
Yeah, just keep creating. Just learn from the last one, move on.
Just try to improve every time and just keep doing stuff you like.
Yeah. And you learn to add little jokes and, you know, what works, how to move the camera, things like that.
Oh, that's awesome. Man. So what have you been recently into? I've seen some of the, you know, the bath massage parties and that type of stuff.
That's what I've been into recently.
That's it, yeah. So how'd you stumble into that one?
So just unexpected once again, man. All of this stuff has been unexpected, unplanned, and then just rolling with it. Like whatever crosses my desk, I'm just like, okay, this is it this week. Let's go. We're doing soapy massages. Let's go. So I thought that there was maybe 4 or 5 of these places in Bangkok. It turns out there's like 60 of them, and there's like 5 or 6 new ones popping up every week, right? So we'll never run out of those places. So I've been doing this one for like the past, it's already March now, almost the past 6 months we've been doing these videos.
Yeah.
So this is just what it is. But for those who don't know what I'm talking about, there's we call them soapy massages, or you may know them as Japanese Nuru massages, right? Where you go into a facility, they bring out the young ladies. They have how would you describe the Nuru bed? It's like a blow up, like
an airbed type.
Airbed, yeah, pool party bed. And they lay that on the ground, and then the girls bring out this massage gel, a Nuru gel, and slip and slide all over you, right? Fun experience, no drinking involved. And the ladies in there know exactly what they're doing. So good time.
Understood.
Yeah.
How much shit do you run into with YouTube versus like green versus yellow versus monetization?
So like the last video that I shot was just a tour, just me talking with the girl, and we kind of set up a little acting skit where I meet her at a kebab shop, and she suggests, she said, "Oh, I work over at this Nuru shop next door. Let me show you." So we set it up just like a little short scene, a little movie,
production,
right? Yeah, and that way, because what everybody does is they're like, "Can you give a demonstration and show the Nuru massage?" This is like, first of all, it's been done a million times, so it's time to move on from that. But of course, YouTube's not going to like that because it's just a little too much.
A little risque.
Yeah. And YouTube is getting a lot harder to show risque stuff. They've cracked down a lot recently.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, even in the videos we make just in Angeles, like just walking down the street, like they're yellow. You know.
Oh, really?
And there's nothing risque about it. You know, it's just literally, you know, walking down Walking Street where all the bars and clubs are.
Yeah, I saw you got inside one of the clubs though. How'd that one go?
Well, that's our thing. I mean, we
were you able to get that one monetized though?
No, nothing that goes inside the club gets monetized. It stays yellow in the thing. But I mean, we have access to every basically bar we want over there just because of the community we've created and the presence we've created over there.
Cool.
So here's obviously a different place. You go down Walking Street here, and every freaking bar has a sign, no cameras, and they won't let you in, and all that type of stuff, which is fine. And we're not about trying to do hidden camera shit or like put people on film that don't want to be on film. That's not us.
Yeah.
So our play is like we just go somewhere, start having a good time, and you know we've learned kind of like what you said. We when we tried to go film the stuff, it didn't work, but when we said fuck it and just went and had a good time, it worked.
Nice.
You know.
Nice.
Like exactly what you were talking about. So like that's really good advice for anybody that's trying to make anything. You know, just be yourself and go have fun.
Yeah, absolutely. A little secret: if you're getting the yellows, upload it like 3 or 4 times and put it on unlisted, and just see, because YouTube, it's a human review a lot of time. So depending on what human who's reviewing your stuff, they might put it to green. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like they just have tagged us as yellow just because they think they know who we are, and it's just like yellow, yellow, yellow. Like,
it can feel that way. It can definitely feel that way. Yeah.
That's kind of
especially when they come all in a row, right? Like you're like, damn, all week, a 4 out of 5 all week. Yeah.
I mean, we jump around. We do a little bit of travel stuff. We do, you know, obviously the podcast now, those are always green, and you know, there are some that land green, but for the bar and club stuff, like, it kind of stays yellow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's difficult. Maybe make it a segment of a longer vlog too. Yeah, like I did Walking Street. Did you see the one where I ate the balut?
Yeah.
Like that one's green. That one's fine.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Oh, it's terrible. You've had it before, right?
I've had it.
It's the texture, right?
Yeah.
The texture's
Yeah.
brutal. The juice tastes good, but it's just that damn texture,
Yeah.
man.
So the Balut's the baby chick, and you would think people say it's bony, right? But it's not bony. It's like cartilage. Like feels like you're eating a nose.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
So it's totally weird, or it feels like the cartilage in your elbow.
They love that shit over there,
Yeah.
though. They get crazy for it.
Delicacy.
Yeah.
Well, how often do you make it over to the Philippines?
So it's funny. I was doing a video. I'll do like the podcast style and throw up like old B-roll, like when I'm talking. And I was going through my phone looking for Thailand stuff from last year. I filmed out of Thailand more than I filmed in Thailand last year
Really?
for 2024.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think I went to Philippines 3 times last year, Vietnam twice, and Colombia and Brazil. So I was almost out of Thailand more than I was in Thailand last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
How was Colombia and Brazil?
They're a lot like Thailand, but they're dangerous.
That's what
Yeah.
we've heard. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I got the Ray-Ban Metas, the smart glasses. Because if you film like this on the beach in Brazil, they said somebody will come up and snatch your phone. Yeah. So you got to be careful.
When we were in Angeles back a couple months ago, we met some Mexican guys from LA, and they love going to Colombia. But that's what they were telling us. Like they've got their system down there, and they've got people that but they were saying like, you just got to go from like your resort to where you're going, and you got to have like the right driver and all this shit.
Yeah.
It kind of made me think like, I feel so safe in Asia. Like I don't want to go put up with that shit. You know?
Yeah. TNA is not worth it.
No.
We can find some thick girls out here. Yeah.
It's not worth.
We can definitely find some thick Filipinas,
It's
right?
definitely not worth it.
They're out there.
We got to host you in Angeles sometime when we're there. We gotta
Yeah,
set
I
up.
thought you guys were there because you posted a video when I was there.
Well, yeah. So we're always posting videos of there, but we go there 4 times a year basically.
Yeah.
So and the other times obviously we're in Hawaii. So next time we'll be over there will be June. So if you're available, yeah, it'd be awesome to.
Okay. How long are you going to be in? You're in Honolulu.
Yeah.
How long are you going to be in Honolulu for?
Well, that's where I live.
So you're staying there and then traveling to Asia.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we're set up in Honolulu. That's where we live and work.
Oh, cool.
So if you ever want to come over there, fucking open
hell
invitation.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Yeah.
No,
I like it over there.
Definitely come out anytime. Let us know.
Yeah. Been to Honolulu, been to Kauai, spent a lot of time in Kauai. Stayed with the family last time I was out there, which was really cool.
Yeah, Kauai's a different place, man. It's a very small island, very
Yeah.
local. It's a totally different beast than Honolulu.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do business all over and every island, so I'm always jumping around. But yeah, Hawaii's a special place. So yeah, anytime you want to come, let us know. We're
Yeah,
set
man.
up over there for sure.
That'd be awesome.
Definitely.
What's nightlife over there?
I mean, to be honest with you, we don't really get into it
Okay.
too much. I mean, we have so much fun when we go to Asia. Like that's kind of where we have
Yeah.
our release, Like
Yeah.
when we're in Honolulu, it's kind of like a 90-day grind, and then to come back over here. So don't get into it too much. But I mean, Waikiki and Honolulu's got plenty of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So.
And more expensive, right?
Oh, crazy
course,
expensive.
yeah.
But if the Pimp in Paradise is in town, we're
can make
taking
an exception.
we're gonna make an exception for sure.
Let's go. Let's go.
Got to
Let's
do
go.
that, right?
Yeah, man. So what do you do out there?
I work in metal recycling.
Oh, cool.
Scrap metal. Yeah.
Cool.
Been in that industry about 20 years, and that's what brought me out there. So I've lived there 15 years, so it's home now. That's what brought me from California. So
Nice. So are you planning on relocating at some point, or are you going to stay there and then just travel over here?
I mean, both of us have the idea of relocating over here
Yeah.
at some point. Glenn probably before me, but I mean, we just got it good there right now, and I got a great job and I got a good thing going. So eventually, yeah, I mean, I want to be here. and
Cool, man.
It's definitely cheaper, and the quality of life's obviously a lot different.
Yeah. Quality of life is nice. Look, my life in LA was pretty dope. My dating was on point. I was in Hollywood a lot, so I was dating a lot of tourists also. So in LA, there's always new people coming in, So there was no shortage as far as that goes. But just the wildness over here is the appeal, and what's available. We go outside, you're going to hear massage and all of the different places we can go, from all of the different soys, and every town has it here too, is all available. So it's just at your fingertips here, you know, and of course, no judgment.
Oh,
where
yeah.
you may have to deal with that a little bit differently in America. You know?
And then just the trouble in America, you know, just people wanting to fight and the bullshit, and you don't see that. You don't seem to see that over here. Well, because everyone's going to get laid, right? So it's like, what would you be mad about, you know?
Yeah.
But even just, I mean, we were walking around last night, and it's like, it doesn't matter where you go. I mean, there's so many of these little bars, and it's like, you have a good group of people with you, and you sit down at any of them, you're going to have fun.
Yeah.
You know, and all the people that work in them they're all there to have fun and make sure you enjoy. So it's like, it's a special place, you know.
So were you guys in Bangkok before you came to Pattaya?
Yeah. We were in Bangkok for one night and then came.
Oh, just
here.
one night?
Yeah, we flew. So we flew to the Philippines. So there's a direct flight from Honolulu to the Philippines, and that's what we always take when we come over here. So we stayed one night in Manila and then jumped on a flight over to Bangkok the next morning. Spent Saturday night in Bangkok and then drove up here on Sunday.
Cool. Did you guys get to go out or just a layover?
No, we were there for the night. So we stayed at Terminal 21. I don't know if you know where that is.
Yeah, of
right
course.
by like Soy Cowboy. And so we cruised over there to that little bar where they shot The Hangover at. Like we've been allowed to film in there because like we were saying earlier, we first went over there, we were like trying to film in these places and we were having no luck. And then we gave up on it and we just ended up sitting down in the front of that place.
Nice.
And started drinking with the people working there. And
The T-Lac bar?
yeah, exactly. And just started hanging out. Next thing you know, like we're inside, we're hanging out with the manager, and it's like, you know, the girls are grabbing the camera, filming for us, and just having a good time. So
Cool, man. Nice. That's nice when you get people in the right mood. One thing about the Philippines, like they love YouTube over there. So they're like, you're a YouTuber. They all want to be in the video. Where Thailand, some people can be, you know, everything's about money over here. So they're like, you gonna upload it? You got to pay me something, you know. You get little comments. They're not really serious, but it's just a different reception to holding up a camera.
Yeah, no, definitely.
No, that's so true with the Philippines. Like everybody, like it doesn't matter where you're at. You're walking with a camera, people are like willing to talk to you, say hi. Like they're all about it. Like most places in the world are not like that. You know, the Philippines is unique from where I've been. Where even Americans, like I mean, if I'm walking down the street and someone films me, I'm like, what are you doing? You know, it's just in our blood to like think like that, right? And the Filipinos know, like they're all about partying. And they're all about being on camera and singing and dancing and whatever. So
they want to be on it. They want to show it to people.
Yeah,
you know?
Definitely.
Yeah,
that's why we've had like decent success there. Is everybody like we have a whole team of people that come hang out with us. And
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a lot of fun.
That's cool.
That's why we got to get you over there to meet us.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm down. Yeah, that's one downside to Thailand is it's very difficult to team build over here, especially with Thais. You will hear a lot of expats say that they don't have any Thai male friends, and then all the women, they're not really team players. They're looking more just for a relationship and of course to be taken care of.
Yeah.
But as far as like team building, not really happening.
Interesting.
No. Yeah. A little disappointing, but you just kind of do your own thing. You figure it out. We're on our own anyway, so you know, you just kind of make do with as far as that goes.
Well, that kind of makes me think about, so a lot of the stuff on our channel, a lot of the comments we get is there's a ton of negativity of people that watch like the Angeles City walking street stuff, you know, like people that just always want to talk about how it used to be great and it sucks now and all this stuff. And like, we're all about positivity, right? And another thing that a lot of people comment on our channel and a couple people we know that shoot down there is they always talk about how Thailand's so much better. Mm-hmm. And for me, it's like, we've made this point on a couple podcasts, like you can't compare the two of them. Like, I'm not saying one's better than the other. Like, I think they're just so different that you can't compare the two.
Yeah. I think Thailand, the Thais are just so wild and fun and crazy. I think that's where it wins. And then, of course, the infrastructure and the ease of getting around. Look, we're in Hilton Suite right now.
Yeah. And that's my point. It's like, to each his own, right? And it's like both have their positives and both have their negatives. But to me, it's like, it's just comparing apples to oranges. Like, there's no comparison in my mind. Like, it's like comparing Honolulu to LA, right? Two totally different things. You know, it's like each of them have great stuff. Each of them have negative stuff. And all these guys are just, go to Thailand. It's so much better. And I mean, like I said, each his own. But to me, it's just, I think you should go to both because they're just so different.
So I would visit Philippines. I don't know if I would live in Philippines. Yeah. Even though Filipinos have a soft spot in my heart because they're just good people. And of course, the English makes things easier. But damn, you know what? You know what's funny? Last time I was there, I was speaking English, and I was asked to repeat myself like 3 or 4 times when I just asked a simple question one time to like the hotel receptionist, and I was like, you know what? It doesn't even matter if you're speaking English. If somebody's kind of not with you, it doesn't matter. You know?
No, definitely. And the Philippines, it's expensive to live there compared to Thailand from what I've seen, which kind of blows me. Well, like Manila is expensive for.
Okay.
I mean, like you said, your place is a couple $100 a month US. Like, I mean, most of the places in Manila are like $600-700, which, and the cities here, like you said, the infrastructure here is a lot nicer and a lot more organized.
Yeah, but $600-700, you're getting a gym and a pool, and all that good stuff, right?
Yeah. I would imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you spend most of your time in Pattaya, or you go back and forth from Bangkok? Do you have a place there that you live, or you just rent as you go type of thing?
I got a place there.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
I got a place there because it was too hard. Like, you know, when you get a hotel, it's 2 p.m. check-in, and then you have to get a checkout time and stuff like that. I just wanted a place, if I want to take a cab at 1 in the morning or whatever.
It's available.
And a lot of these shops will call me, you know, the day before, can you come up and film something? So I just want the place already there. Yeah.
So how do you source the places you shoot? Like they come looking for you, or
right now they're contacting me.
Wow,
yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. Or I'll hear about a new one. I'll reach out to them. I'll do something over there, and then they'll be like, hey, my friend has this shop and my friend has this shop. So like one can turn into 3 like really quick.
Almost like a sponsorship deal.
Almost. Yeah, almost.
That's cool.
Yeah. And it's been fun. Because those girls that work in those places are like, they're pros.
Definitely.
Yeah, they're fun.
That's great.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. It's ruined me for a normal dating.
Yeah, right. I can imagine.
It's not a bad thing.
Well, that takes me to my next point is like, there's a lot of guys that don't realize there's places out here like Thailand and the Philippines. You know, there's a lot of guys in the U.S. that are divorced or whatever and live in their, what I call silent desperation. And it's like, they just don't know.
Yeah. I'm surprised how many of them do not know. And also they should know what it is. And I think there's enough videos out there on the topic that it is pretty much transactional over here, and especially like Thai women. They're not quiet, they're not submissive like typical Asian women like we would think of coming from America, right? I think we think of like the Japanese type vibe where everybody's like bowing down to you. When I first got out here, I was at a restaurant and the staff was like yelling at each other from across the restaurant, right? And I'm like, are they fighting? And they're like, no, that's just how they talk, you know? So Thai women will yell, Thai women will hit you, and it's like, it's normal, right? So even if if a Thai punches you or something like that, it can be shaken off and you move on to the next day like it's like nothing is wrong, right? Where like in the West, if you hit me, it's like, you're never really gonna trust me again. You know? Like even if we make up, like in the back of your mind, you're gonna kind of be like, dude, hit me, man. Like, you know, they're just, every day is a new day. It's like, if you mess up once, you're cool. But then if you continue, of course, they're gonna be like, yo, you gotta go.
Yeah. Interesting.
But the first fight or something like that is forgiven.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Philippines definitely more of the submissive type, the people there. I mean, they don't like conflict, you know, like, and that's everybody there. Like they're not like the Japanese style, like you're talking about, where they're just like the nicest people on earth. But yeah, the Thais, I guess I'm starting to see what he's talking about, you know, like they're a little bit wild.
Well, Muay Thai is the national sport.
Yeah,
no, for sure.
Grow up into that too, right?
Yeah.
We were sitting at this bar last night, and there was a lady boy that worked there, and I mean, this chick looked like a fucking strong safety that could play in the NFL. And I was telling Glenn, I'm like, I bet that chick would whoop my ass.
So there's been like 3 or 4 stories in the news lately, all in Phuket, coming from Bangla Road.
Okay.
Some dudes have been getting drunk, fucking with the lady boys or something like that. They've been jumping them.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So they're ladies, but they still got the male energy.
Yeah.
And they know that their scene is like weak, so they band together. You know, if one lady boy's getting fucked with.
Yeah, as they should, right? Like, Strength in
Could
numbers.
you imagine though, man?
Getting your ass beat by a bunch of ladyboys.
Calling mom, you're not gonna. I got jumped by ladyboys last night.
Well, you probably fucking deserved it, right?
She'll be like, again?
Yeah, leave the ladyboys alone, man. Let them do their thing, right? I mean, I don't know. Some of these guys get caught up in that. It's like they're pretty open about who they are. You know, it's like if that's not what you're looking for, then leave them alone. I mean, that's my take on it.
Yeah. I think it's usually misunderstandings and somebody being drunk saying something or some shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not cool. Leave them alone.
Yeah.
Let them be.
I think there's a lot of drugs in that community also. So you never know if they're high on something or
Yeah.
whatnot.
Fucking drugs, man. Mm-hmm. Well, in the Philippines, drugs, they're there, but they're obviously, the government doesn't support them. We're here. I mean, weed's legal, you know.
Yep.
That's definitely
everywhere.
a cool part of Thailand. If you're into smoking weed, it's freaking everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. Too much.
I'm not a smoker, at all, but I was walking down the street with my buddy last night who smokes, and I was looking at some of them. I'm like, that shit looks like Bama, right? He's like, dude, it's nothing compared to California. And I was like, well, to each his own, I guess. But
Well, they got farms out here, and then they're adding their vitamins and minerals to everything. Their steroids to everything, so you don't know. It's not the same weed you're used to smoking. It's some potent shit, you know.
No doubt. You ever do
drugs.
videos on those type of shops, or are you into that game at all? No, it's not your thing.
Because those definitely wouldn't get monetized.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I think the stuff I can do falls under like flirty, you know, rather than like adult, you know, unless you want to get on my Patreon.
So that's where the good shit is, huh?
Oh yeah.
That's where the uncensored stuff lands.
Yeah.
We'll have to check that out.
That's where the panties are on the floor.
There it is.
Do you do the YouTube like subscription service too, or you keep it strictly to Patreon?
Yeah, I got a members area.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how restrictive are they on that?
That I haven't really played with that. That's more like I'll do a live stream, put that on the members area, or what was I doing that was over there? I was doing a series called Bangkok Tales, like COCK.
Okay.
Bangkok Tales, and it was like I told the story of my first day in Bangkok. This is a good one for you. My first day in Bangkok, I had this girl meet me. I met her on like Tinder or Thai Friendly before I came.
Okay.
And her Tinder pictures, she's a dog groomer. So she's wearing like this like white flowery dress, holding a dog, right? And she took me to get my phone set up. This is how I know about the service out here, True Move, which is the service provider I still use for my phone.
Okay.
That was like Monday or Tuesday. Then Wednesday night, I met up with these guys, and they go, let's go to Soy Cowboy, right? So we go in one of the bars, and it was one where they're wearing like the cheerleader skirts but with no panties. And this girl keeps looking over at me from the stage. I'm like, that's the girl I went out with a couple days ago. Like, you think that's the girl I was dating? And one of the guys heard me talking to my buddy, one of the guys that was with us. He's like, that's the girl, dude. She keeps looking over at you. And I'm like, oh shit. So she comes down, starts talking to me, and like, yo, this is crazy. Like, day groomer by day. No, sorry, dog groomer by day, and then go dancer by night, right?
Wow. Well, welcome to fucking Bangkok, huh?
That's awesome.
That was your welcome experience?
That was the welcome experience. Like, yo.
How much did you know about just Bangkok and Thailand and that whole scene before you got here?
I didn't know anything, bro. All the tourist literature was all like the Thai wise, like the traditional clothing. I was looking at the elephant sanctuary videos and temple videos and stuff like this, you know? Yeah.
Oh, and then you just got punched in the face, huh?
Yeah. Just morphed into, you know, everything else. My first girlfriend when I got out here was a bartender. So she knew everybody in Bangkok. So we would go out, and that introduced me to like the nightlife scene out there. So I think I got like a education, like an insider's education on that, fast track.
That's cool. Yeah.
It's always good.
Yeah. So that was cool. Yeah.
And you said earlier you didn't even know about Pattaya at all.
Didn't know shit about it. No.
And then just one day made the drive down here.
Yeah, came down here, and it just lined up with everything I was doing, you know. And I met this girl in Bangkok that was working at the Hooters out there, and she was like the girl who was on the billboard for the Hooters and stuff like that. She was working at the sauna out here, and they were doing a Muay Thai fight, and she was looking for a ring announcer. So I did the ring announcing for the Muay Thai stuff at the sauna. Then like 2 weeks later, they were doing the wet t-shirt contest. So she hired me to host the wet t-shirt contest. And that's where we filmed that video. I still have footage of that. I haven't released the whole party.
Yeah.
Wow.
I still have like 45 minutes of that footage. I'm just looking for where to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that thing was
Because it can't go on YouTube. And like if it was to be on one of the paid sites, having everybody in it is kind of a gray area.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You know what that video reminded me of? Like from the 90s, the Girls Gone Wild shit.
Yeah.
It totally reminded me of that, bro. Like,
That's what it was. It was Thai Girls Gone Wild.
Yeah, that's like what came to mind. You know, that guy hit lightning in a bottle, right? When he started that shit, he made
Bro, I got to show you the uncut version.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Because you only saw 2 minutes of it.
Yeah,
that were
YouTube
friendly.
version.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what came to mind. I was like, this guy's living Girls Gone Wild in Thailand.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was pre-pandemic, or when was that?
That was like right after.
Right after.
Right after.
That's I think when we started to like research Thailand, and that's how I came across that video of yours. And I remember just thinking like, where is this place? And we need to go there.
Yeah. So the cool thing right now, YouTube's a grind, right? YouTube's a full-time job. So the cool thing right now, man, is I want to get back to just doing stuff like that, to where it's just fun, and not like chasing titles and topics and stuff like that. And the channel's built up enough, which is a blessing, to just be able to do that.
That's awesome.
Which is cool.
So then that makes me think, so obviously you talked about how that was like a side channel that you started kind of as a joke and for fun, and it obviously blew up into the 80,000. How long did it take I checked this morning, you're like at 81,000.
Yeah. I started it like July 1st or something like that, 2021. And I think by September the first video that popped went. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So not that long.
Not that long. Yeah.
How much is your...
And I think, look, that first channel, I had it for like a year and a half, 2 years. So I think I learned a lot too.
Definitely.
And I had gotten some better gear. I was shooting on like a GoPro and then switched it to iPhone. The GoPro, you would do like the selfie thing and it would go like, where the iPhone is smooth. You don't have the sound issue. And just learning all of that stuff, just learning the little things like that.
No, it's like do, learn, do, right? I mean, that's the process.
Yeah, and how to talk on camera, how to communicate. It's like two different people if you watch it from back then to now.
Well, that's what we are trying to get better at. I mean, I'm very comfortable in the podcast setting, and I just enjoy talking to people, and I like to talk, so I do fine in this. But like the actual being in front of the camera, like vlog style, if you will, like that's where we both fucking struggle.
Oh, really?
Well, it's just not natural. I mean, kids nowadays grow up with a fucking camera in their face because everybody has a phone camera. Like the way yourself and us grew up, it's like your parents had a fucking Polaroid camera and you get a picture in front of your birthday cake, right? So it's like, it's just...
If anybody was going to start a new channel, I would recommend they do it faceless, because I think it's pretty easy to do commentary like this. And as a viewer, I don't really want to see your face. I want to see what you're looking at, and you could just do a quick, like, thanks guys.
No, I think that's valid advice, because I mean, the first thing we got into YouTube was, for travel, right? So like I didn't even really mess with YouTube. I used to watch like old rap videos on YouTube. That's what I use YouTube for, like watching the Chronic video, because back in the day you had to wait to watch it on MTV. And then, I remember I had a job and I was working with a Mexican dude, and he was a big rap guy, and like he started watching videos when we were at work, on his computer, and I was like, wow, like you have access to all these videos we grew up with that I hadn't seen in years, So that's kind of my first take of YouTube and what I used it for. And then when we started traveling, we started, looking up places we wanted to go within the Philippines and whatnot. And the point I'm getting to is like the videos where the people it's all them. It's like next, like, because you said, it's like, I don't want to see your goddamn face. Like I want to see, Palawan or wherever the hell you're showing in the video. Yeah. I mean, obviously there's some people that need to be in front of the camera if what they're doing has to do with that. But like, no, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. And I think it's an easy way to learn also, because you don't have the pressure of, am I looking right? Am I sounding right? I think it's very easy to give commentary if you just simply say what you see too. right?
Yeah.
Like right now, Glenn is filming. We got a couple of cameras set up right now in the nice Hilton hotel. My man over here is doing a great job. Thank you. It's like, it's so, you just literally say what you see, and it's, you can't go wrong like that.
No, it's
Yeah.
great. Because I mean, for us, like Nick was saying, I'm not comfortable throwing the camera on me. But
Yeah.
we're obviously trying.
You're trying to look cool.
we're trying
You don't
to learn
know
how
if,
to make better videos, But I try to do the commentary stuff, so that's great advice.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, that's what we thought we had to do at the beginning, because we're obviously just learning, and we've been at it just over a year. And literally the first video Glenn put together, Glenn does all the editing and not necessarily all the filming, but all the editing and all the production stuff. And the first one he put together, it's basically like us in the Philippines, going through our process of going to the bar and whatnot. And that thing hit, like, it's got like 50,000, which is big for us. And then after that, nothing, And so we started thinking like, oh, it's because we're not vlog style and everybody wants to see the vlog style. So then we started trying to do that, and that didn't fucking work. So
What's the thumbnail on the one that went?
it's pretty cool. It's like
all these girls.
Yeah, it's
we
Yeah.
realize the market's the market, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta, our audience. So when it comes to the thumbnail, I mean, we're trying to get better with that too. Like watching videos on how to make better thumbnails and titles.
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Because I was going through my stuff the other day. The girls go. I have a bunch of 200,000, 400,000 with my face too.
Okay.
And the difference between the ones that didn't go, there was like probably a slight lighting issue or like a lower quality photo that I just tried to fix in Snapseed or something like that. And it's like the quality of the photo wasn't perfect. But if I actually took a photo and made sure that I framed the photo right and stuff like that, those ones, there's no issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's good.
I mean, of course, if a girl's got big boobs, that's going to be an asset too.
Well, sex always sells, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a given.
Yeah.
What's your take on like the whole short form movement, with like the TikTok style and the YouTube shorts and that whole thing? I mean, that's kind of taken over the world, right?
Yeah. Yeah. As far as what do you mean?
Well, like, are you making those types? Do you think that's the future, or are you still sticking to the long form? Like, what's your view on it?
I mean, I'm open to it, but I think that a long form, they get to know your personality a little bit, And I always, like for my videos, I always say something personal in every video. That's the frustrating thing to me, is when people skip a video because I've told a story in there, and I'm like, oh, it builds on the next video. It's like a class.
Yeah.
My channel is like a class. And I'm like, guys, if you guys didn't watch this video, but you watched this other one, like if one's got 800 views and one's got 80,000, it's like you missed last week's class,
No, that's a good point. I don't think the long form's going anywhere, but the frustrating stuff with the short form stuff is like you have 3 seconds to catch someone's attention, or they're just swipe to the next, right?
Yeah.
And
have you played with the CapCut auto edit feature?
Well, that's Glenn.
Yeah. So on the short form stuff, I use the CapCut. And
Yeah.
like, they have templates that
Yeah.
So
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, like we just. I mean, I wish I had more time to make but.
Yeah.
I try to do the shit at work and stuff.
Well, yeah, like you said, it's a full-time job, right?
definitely
And we're trying to make it go with a part-time effort, but that's just where we're at right now.
Yeah.
But
what are you guys focusing on the podcast? You guys focusing on more vlog stuff also?
well, a little bit of both. We're kind of like all over the place, right? So, I mean, we started this just for fun, and Glenn had the idea of like, let's do this so he can create a job out of it and move over here, right?
Okay.
So I'm like, yeah, like let me help you, like, let's do it, and we'll just move forward and learn as we go type of stuff. I always wanted to do the podcast because I'm just a big podcast fan. I listen to a bunch of them. And like I said, I like to talk to people. Like this shit to me is awesome. Like,
Yeah. Well, you guys have each other, so you guys can do a podcast every day.
Yeah, so I mean, that's basically like the form of video, longer form videos have been the podcast. It's gonna be episode 19 or 20. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this this is actually gonna be our 20th.
Yeah. So.
And I tell this story on every fucking podcast. So when we first started, like we hadn't started a podcast. Glenn was making videos for like a year, and I wanted to do a podcast. I don't think Glenn was too into it, but I was like, dude, let's do a podcast. And then finally one day we just said, fuck it.
Yeah.
And we set up and just did, I think I talked for like 19 minutes about nonsense, and that was number one. And then it's like consistency always wins, right? So we're like, let's just consistently keep making it. And we've been making basically one a week since then. But the point I'm getting at is I heard, I don't know if you know, his name's Alex Hormozzi. He's like a business guy on YouTube. He talks about business and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I saw this short video.
The Band-Aid on the nose guy.
Yeah, exactly. So I saw.
It's called Breathe Right.
Yeah. I saw a video he was talking about. He started podcasting, and he said, he made hundreds of them before anybody started watching them. But he made this comment that is like, if you make 21 podcasts, you're in the 1% of the world for podcasters, because so many people quit. Like they start and then they just stop. And he's like, if you hit 21, you're literally in 1% of the world of people that make podcasts. So in my mind, I'm like, well, fuck that. I'm making 21 now if it kills me or not. So you're number 20.
Cool.
So 21 will be the next one.
We're on.
And then we're there. We're top 1% in the world. I mean,
we are on.
Not that we're getting a lot of views, but I mean, we're going to stay on it. And I mean, our channel, like, we have a mission statement and kind of like what we're trying to do. And a lot of it was just trying to bring more positivity to the Angeles City walking street scene, because it's been so good to us and we've had fun there. And, we have all of our friends and family there. So it's like, we wanted to like shed a positive light, because there's a lot of negative shit out there. Yeah. About the girls. And that's why we were drawn to your stuff, because you're not negative. It's all.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Like the Philippines YouTubers are really like competitive and like really shit talk each other, which I thought was weird.
Right.
It happens out here too, but it's not as like it's not as much as like picking sides, I think, as what I saw in the Philippines scene. And I didn't really look into it. I just would see some guys kind of spatting at each other.
No, there's a group of them. And they're always battling and whatnot. And obviously, we don't get involved in any of that. But
and there's one guy that did really well on YouTube. I forget his name, but a lot of people were like shit talking him and saying he was rude to his wife or something like that. And it was like, why are you guys talking about this guy? Like, I watched some of his videos. I didn't see anything weird about him.
Dude, I know exactly who you're talking about. And we were going to get him on the podcast, and then he flaked on us. But I wanted to know, like, why does everybody fucking hate on you?
Yeah.
But that didn't work out.
Seems like a nice enough guy.
I mean, I don't know what he's done in his life, but he had tons of people. I mean, there's channels that just talk about him, and
well, a lot of stuff is envy, I think. A lot of the stuff that I was doing in the beginning, people were calling me crazy, and people were saying that I was pushing stuff too far, and I did kind of like pull back from it a little bit. And I think what I'm going to do now is double down on it, because I realize now that I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm having fun, and they're envious that I'm comfortable and that people are comfortable around me doing this stuff, No,
it's a great mindset. Yeah. I mean, I think you're right. Like, people are just, it comes off to some people, I think, is like we're showing off, or you're showing off with what you do. But it's not that you're
showing what's available.
Exactly, right? You're showing what fun you can have. And it's like, if you don't like it, don't watch. But if you want to do it, it's not that hard. Like anybody can implement at least what we're doing.
Yeah. That's my whole idea with showing this stuff to my guys. So I'm showing them a different lifestyle. And if they're feeling stuck, feet in the concrete at their desk, that there is something else available for them. There is a paradise out here. I mean, dude, this window we're looking out right now is fucking beautiful. We're right on the beach. Cost effective, women available, fun available, making a podcast. I mean, it's amazing, man.
No, definitely. Yeah. And I mean, just the other day we were talking like it's normal to be in Thailand for us, which is a cool feeling. Like, it's normal. Like, we've been here 3 times, and it's like.
And how dope is that, bro?
It's great, right? Yeah. It's like. And we've got friends back home that, are what you just described. And it's like, bro, you don't have to live like that. Yeah. Like, get out and
you come
do
out
something.
here, people, like you got your little waitresses at your restaurants you go to, like local people that you kind of remember and meet on these trips.
No, definitely. It's creating that community that we were talking about, And we have a huge one in Angeles, and like the Thailand bar you're talking about. Like, we've created that community because we've been there twice now, and it's like we went in there just the other night and sat down, and before you knew it, they recognized us, and we were having a good time again.
That's good, man. That's really good.
It was awesome.
That's cool.
I can imagine though, you probably get a lot of hate on your shit.
No, I don't.
Really?
Yeah. No, I don't.
That's.
I think that it's a niche thing, and it's like a fraternity, man. When I see people in the street, it's like brothers that know me already. It's fucking dope.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. Cool. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. So we had some guy call us out about Angeles, and he basically said that, our videos, we show up with a 40-person entourage, and it's all hype and all this stuff. And my reply was like, you're exactly right, dude. Like, we're not trying to scam anybody. Like, this is what we do. You know, it's like, it is boring before we show up, but we make it fun. And that's the whole fucking point. You know, like, that's what we're trying to show is anybody can go do this. Get some buddies together, pool your money together, and go have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, another reason I liked your stuff and Glenn as well is, like I was saying, there's a lot of negative stuff in Angeles, but there's just a lot of negative stuff in YouTube in general where it's like, watch out for these 10 scams in Thailand, or things not to do with a Thai girl, or watch out for the Thai girl and all that shit. And unfortunately, humans are risk adverse, so that's the stuff that does well on YouTube, and I see that's why people do it. You know, they create the thumbnail about watch out for this, and people like want to look at it. And I mean, you don't do that. You're just like, no, this is fun.
Yeah,
like,
there's one guy that always comes up in conversations. They always give him props. Like, this is the guy to do YouTube like, you know, pretty much is what they're saying, you know. And I look through his channel, and all of his top videos are like, watch out for these scams. Don't trust this girl. Dating red flags. And I'm like, oh, this is crazy. I thought about doing a video about him called The YouTuber That Hates Thailand. But I'm like, but I'm not really like into, you know, if he says my name first, I'll roast him. I'm already ready for it. But he kind of has said my name before, but he didn't actually say my name.
Didn't actually call you out.
Yeah.
But you're like us. You don't want to bring that negativity onto your shit. Like, because that's just not you.
Yeah.
Like,
and as far as like claiming to be the best or the king of it, I'm kind of cool with my status. Like you said, like, do people hate on me and stuff like that? It's like, I'm kind of like off the radar a little bit. When at the meetup the other night, they were talking about like, YouTube came up, of course, right? And the guys we had a big group discussion. The guys were like, you know, what channels do you guys listen to? Obviously, you guys watch GP stuff, but who do you guys watch? And one of the guys goes, well, I watch Patty Doyle and I watch GP. And I'm like, perfect. Like, Patty Doyle's like squeaky clean. And then he's watching me. So he's like, he's got like the duality, right? And I'm like, perfect. Say no more.
That's awesome.
I love it. I love it. Right?
That's cool as hell. Like, best of both worlds, right?
Yeah. It's like he's watching my shit, and then he's like, okay, I gotta, like, bevore I go to bed, I have to watch Patty Doyle. So I feel like it's like I gotta like shower off a little bit.
Oh, that's funny. That's awesome. So how'd the event go?
Oh, it was cool, man. It was cool.
Fuck, bro. We should have been, man. We should have came up. I wish you would have told me sooner. We would have totally changed our plans.
We did it kind of last minute.
Yeah, no, I figured you did. I figured you did, but I felt bad because I was like, we probably should have gone up there for that, but we already had all that shit locked in place with Bangkok.
We'll do it again.
For sure.
We'll do it again, for sure. It was a good time.
How was the turnout? Pretty good?
Very good. Yeah, very good. Better than expected.
Nice.
Yeah. And it was at the sauna, so like we got to hang out, have dinner. A couple guys hung out, did sauna afterwards. Yeah. I love to hit the saunas.
So do you get a lot of your subscribers hitting you up that like want to come visit and want to like roll with you and want to have you show them around type of stuff?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. I'm just working all the time. You know? I'm doing stuff. Yeah.
We got a friend, Video Lux. He's out of basically Makati in Manila.
Oh yeah, I like his channel.
Yeah, cool stuff. And I mean, he basically started like a nightlife travel company where a bunch of his subscribers kept hitting him up to take him out and you know show him the ropes of Makati, and he eventually started a business off of it.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do a one-on-one, but I could definitely put together some type of like
group events,
soapy tour / nightlife type thing. I think that'd be fun.
That'd be cool. Yeah, check it out.
Because I mean that's the problem with a lot of people. They're just scared to travel, and that's why those fucking watch out scam videos do so well. Is because humans are just risk averse, right? Yeah. So if you have somebody like yourself that's, you know, put in the time
and look, you do need to know about this stuff. Like the thing that's happening in Colombia where the guys are getting drugged and they're getting fucking brain damage afterwards, like useful information to know about.
For sure.
But Thailand, man, there's not really any scams. So when they're making 25 scams to watch out for in Thailand, it's like, yeah, if a tuk-tuk driver took you to a tailored suit place to try to get a little commission, like, not really the worst scam in the world, you know?
No, definitely. Well, I mean, you just got to understand the game. People are out to make money, and it's like, you see people comment about, like, when you go to the go-go bars and whatnot, like, oh, I got scammed on my tab. It's like, no, you didn't. You just didn't realize that the girl's drink was 4X of your drink.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
You got to understand the game before you get in it, right?
And there's a million YouTube videos out there that have told you to pay your bin every round.
Yeah.
I mean, for the past 10 years, you know?
And that's funny you say that, because like that when we first started, like that's what we had to do. We didn't have a lot of money when we were traveling, so like we were watching the bin every time and making sure we had the right budget. And obviously, as time's gone on, we've made more money. We don't have to worry about it as much. But yeah, there's so much information out there about that, and it's like you're not getting scammed. You're just an idiot. You're not paying attention.
And I get it. Like when you're in the bar and you got a couple drinks in you, you start feeling like you're the man. You don't really look at the bill. Right? You start.
No, totally.
Somehow your math skills just, become like your 3,000 baht turned into 9,000 somehow.
Real
like,
quick.
How did that happen?
Because every girl that comes up and you'd have them buy a drink, and you're like you
start
said,
feeling
you think
good.
you're the man, and you got all these girls hanging out with you, and it's like next thing you know, your bill's $20,000.
Then they sober up when that bill comes. Like, wait, what?
Paper shock. I just can't stand cheap people too, and I get it. People got a budget. I understand your money's your money, but even like last night, we came back over here after walking around a little bit, and I was getting some food right there by 7-Eleven, street vendor stuff, and this fucking couple sitting there, and they're like nickel and diming this food vendor, like, how much is this one? How much is this one? Well, if we buy 3, do we do a discount? And I finally stepped in. I'm like, buy whatever you want. I'm going to fucking pay for it. Like, the guy's talking about 30 baht, 25 baht, and they're trying to get like 50 baht off. I don't know what their financial situation was, but they had nice clothes on. They had a fucking cell phone. It's like, you can't afford 200 baht to get some fucking street food, you cheap fuck. Like, that shit drives me nuts.
I think travelers think they're supposed to haggle a little bit. But they don't realize, like, there's not much of a markup. Like, the Thai people aren't getting rich off selling meat on a stick,
For fucking 25 baht per stick, right? But I think you're right. I think it's like people think that wherever they go, they can get a better deal or whatever. Like, you got to do it. That shit drives me nuts. It's just a pet peeve of mine, I guess. I'll get off that rant.
No, absolutely. And I always tell my guys, tip these people well. Especially, like, the tuk-tuk thing is like one of the scams that comes up. Negotiate with the tuk-tuk guy before. Agree on it 3 times. Tell him, like, if you're going from Terminal 21 to Khao San Road, tell him 300 baht, 300 baht, 300 baht, okay, brother? 300 baht, no more. Like, you say it 3 times, he's with you. He's not going to, and he's still going to ask you for more when you get out. He's going to be like, give me 500, give me 500. Throw him the 500, dude.
Yeah, they're trying to make
Throw him
his
the
living.
500. Yeah. That 500 is going to last him a whole week. The budget that they eat on and stuff, they can make that last a whole week.
No, you
just took care of that dude. Yeah.
Well, I like you said, take care of people and tip them well, because it's like, if you want to avoid getting ripped off in scams, you create a community with the people that you're with that are helping you. Yeah. And if you take care of them, they look out for you.
Right. And then they're nicer to the next foreigner too.
Exactly.
Because I don't want to get in the cab that the last guy was calling the dude a scammer because he wasn't using a meter or something like that because he just couldn't negotiate.
Yeah, and then he gets defensive.
And then he's looking at me like, I'm like, no. We want everything cool, We want everything cool. That's another thing that guy did. That guy who does all the negative videos. He was making a video about a taxi scam. So he got in and he's like, meter. He's like saying it with the Thai accent. He's like an Australian dude. He's like, meter. And he's like, scammer. And it's like, dude, negotiate with the guy. Don't put him in your video. Don't put a Thai person in your video calling him a scammer. That's not going over well with the Thai people. They don't want to be represented like that.
Nobody does.
Nobody does. Yeah.
No, it's insane.
No, it's just like you said, a little bit goes a long way. Like I got a cab driver yesterday with the kids. We were headed to the Tiger Park. Guy waited for us, and the concierge told us the price and negotiated it. So the guy wanted 600 baht to give us a ride to the Tiger Park. Wait there for us, give us a ride back. I break him off 1,000, right? Nice. Guy all fucking smiles, right? And I'm like, hey, are you free? Are you working later? And like I started to type it into Google Translate, and he tells me I speak English. I was like, all right, perfect. And I'm like, are you free later? And he's like, yeah. I was like, oh, they want to go to the spa. Will you come? Oh, yeah, I'll be back. So this guy's been my driver for the last couple of days.
There you go.
And it's like he's on time. He's texting me on WhatsApp. I'm here, sir. Like, just by taking a little extra care of him.
See,
I mean, I got a driver now in fucking Pattaya.
Like, see, that's how it's done, guys. That's how you do it.
That's it, right?
Yeah. Take care of these people a little bit. He threw $15. Now the guy's his buddy for life. Boom. Perfect.
Simple, right?
I like it. That's how it's done.
And that's what we try to do everywhere we go, and we try to incorporate that in our podcast and our channel when we're telling people education about travel is like, you take care of these people.
Take care of your people.
They take care of you. Like
Yeah.
the Philippines, like people have all, like we said, those negative videos about, you know, scams and whatnot. But if you take care of like the mama-san or the bar manager or the bouncer, like they got your back, bro.
Yeah, they love it. They love it. And it's not expensive. It's not expensive.
No. Like you said, the 200 extra baht for the guy to eat, you know, the rest of the week, you know, changes their life, you know.
I mean, I'm not exaggerating. For a week.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. You're spending that on one meal. He's spending that on in 1 week.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
And that's the glory of these places, of the Southeast Asia, and being able to have that power to help people. I mean, that's something we love to do. And sounds like you're right up on the same page with us on that.
Dude, I benefited from this country. So, of course, I'm going to take care of everybody along the way.
Oh, that's awesome.
Know?
I love that.
Yeah, yeah. I've been like a fish to water over here, bro. You know?
Oh, you found your home.
Only thing is I don't speak Thai that good. That's the one thing I'm lacking in.
You ever travel back to the States to visit family or whatnot, or are you pretty much...
About once a year.
About once a year?
Yeah, yeah. But no real reason. I can't think of the reason to go back there right now.
It's got to be a hard time going back over there for you.
Yeah,
I mean, just leaving Hawaii to go to the U.S. mainland, I can't stand it. Because Hawaii is so different and so nice compared to the bullshit over in the United States. Like you said, L.A. turned into a fucking dumpster and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah. And I was in downtown. Like, it wasn't very nice when I was there. So I can just imagine it's probably no better. I don't know. I loved L.A. I loved going to concerts in L.A. I went to a lot of concerts. I missed that. 4 or 5 nights a week I'd go to concerts. Didn't go to the beach that much. You know, it's kind of like here where Santa Monica's polluted, you know?
Yeah. I live in Hawaii. I don't ever go to the beach. I go to the beach when I'm visiting over here, but
really?
In Hawaii, no, it's all work.
Yeah.
I don't spend much time at the beach. So last thing I want to get into, we try to, when we interview people like yourself that have been super successful on YouTube, we advice for people that are starting out, or advice for people that want to possibly take this plunge and go for it and try to do it. Well, just content creation in general, or just, you know, stepping on a limb and getting out of your comfort zone and moving somewhere. Like, what kind of advice can you give to people when it comes to those things?
Do it faceless first. Yeah, do it faceless first, because it's easy to do the commentary when you don't have the camera on you. Yeah. And then also you have the option to remain anonymous, you know, because you could create a mystique around being anonymous, because people will always wonder who it is. And you have the choice to either keep anonymous or reveal yourself after maybe a year or two. That's what I recommend.
That's good advice.
That's what I recommend. Yeah. Because there could be a cool mystique about remaining anonymous, you know? And maybe you have a little bit more personality because you're not worried about people judging you as much. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Maybe you push it a little bit further because you are behind the camera, you know?
But if they got a big personality like you, get in front of the camera like this guy. That's my advice.
Yeah, sure.
Because you've had a lot of success just because of the fucking how cool you are. Like, I mean,
thank you, man.
No,
appreciate it.
It's no doubt. I mean, the fucking vibe in your video is just fucking badass.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I feel like I've just scratched the surface. You know.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I want to push it further.
No, keep going.
I want to push
it
further.
Keep going.
Yeah, and I think it's been cool. I've been very, very conscious also. Studied YouTube for a long time, right? And studied like some of the guys who got really big before me, like you know who Vitali is, and Fusi Tube,
yeah.
And I saw like they kept pushing it, and they pushed it to the point where they kind of crashed and burned. So I want to just keep it cool. I don't want to do like adventure stuff or what's the craziest thing I can do on camera and stuff like that. I just want to keep it like very cool, chill, and showing having fun, man. That's it.
Well, not chasing being viral too, right?
Yeah, not chasing being viral.
Like just do what you like and keep moving forward.
Yeah. But you should definitely keep in mind, like, can this go viral? Like, what can make this go viral? Okay. Right? And adding, like I did one of the massage shop things. I'm like, yo, we got to do a skit, right? Because everybody's just going in and they're like, this is the room, this is the bed, this is the bathtub, right? So I'm like, let me add a little flavor to it. Took 30 seconds in the beginning of the video, right? Totally like made the video go. So I have the camera set up. All the girls are standing around the room. And then like I just have the girl like eating some fruit, right? And I'm like, I walk in and all the girls are in there. I'm like, what's going on? All these girls, right? And I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, nothing, just eating a snack. And she's like eating her thing. And then it cuts. I go, oh, you want a snack? And then you know what happens next. It cuts to all the girls lined up and I'm like, snack, 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 snack.
That's badass.
So you just add like, it's just a little cheesy skit,
but
right?
just having fun.
But it just adds a little production value to it, you know? So simple, like a simple skit can really make it pop.
Well, it just separates you from all the other shit, right?
Yeah, separates
like you're talking about.
And again, shows that it's not serious, right? Like it's kind of cheesy. It's kind of a cheesy joke. And you're like, okay, it's cheesy, but he doesn't give a fuck, you know?
That's it. Give zero fucks. Up wins, like you said.
By the way, have you guys done the soapy massage thing yet?
No,
we got to go do that.
We should definitely.
We got to go do that. Yeah, you should definitely experience that. Yeah, it's good because it's not like the Gents Club or Soy 6. You don't got to drink if you want to keep it sober. Pick the girl, do your thing. Yeah.
Fucking A.
Takes the alcohol out of it.
Yeah. Drinking as you get older is much harder to do, right?
Oh man. Yeah, I stopped completely.
No, I don't blame you living here. You got to be conscious of it, otherwise you kill yourself.
Yeah. Too much temptation. Hangovers were getting crazy. Sweating profusely, and just stopped. I just want to be healthy, man.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
No, health is wealth, right? And we try to talk about that too on our channel. Is you only live once, but you want to extend that, right? I mean, you're living a dream right now, so why wouldn't you want to extend that fucker? You know?
Yeah. I don't want any days in bed hungover. Or, you know, shit happens when you drink. You don't want to have to be making apologies that aren't necessary.
Oh, for
you
sure.
know what I mean?
So how long's it been since you quit?
Right now, it's been 5 months.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. I've had periods of sobriety before in the past, but this is working out this time, man.
Oh, you got the clarity really and you know what you want.
Absolutely.
That's a big part of it.
Yeah, man. And just wanting to get in better shape. Yeah, man. And I just think it's a better way to live.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
When you feel good, your mind's clear and you can do so much more, especially like the grind you're on. You talk about you're working all the time. Like, you don't want something holding you back, like you said, a hangover or feeling like shit.
Pimp in Paradise cannot lose no days.
No, too valuable, man. Too valuable. Well, on that note, dude, you got to do a little freestyle for us before we end this fucking thing, or just break down some Pimp in Paradise song. Like,
oh man,
I don't mean to put you on the spot.
No, I'm just trying to think of. I'm just trying to think of where to begin it. The podcast called Single at 40. Chilling with the homies all around the world. Everybody know me, and I got that cup straight from Starbucks. They put GP on it, create my own luck. It's time to blow up with the lights, camera, action. And you know, Soy 6 is bound to happen. So that's where we're going next, right?
There you go. There you go. There you guys go. This channel is Geofrey Peterson. Check it out. We'll put the link in the podcast. We appreciate you coming out, man.
Thank you for having me, man.
It's been a fucking pleasure.
Appreciate it.
All good. Thanks.